Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Word. Our Daily Word is an ongoing conversation around Scripture and our lives and how we apply it and what it means for us and how Scripture might inform our thinking. In lots of ways. So be safe, be ready for the days and the cold that's apparently going to come, like on Monday. So I've chosen for this morning Psalm 121. It's kind of a bit of a reflection, a bit of a connection, if you will, to our conversation around baptism. On Sunday, we talked about the baptism of Jesus. We shared in the glorious baptism of a young lady named Piper, who's about 6 months old. I shared stories of baptisms that I've been involved with and what it means and how it makes a difference in the lives of people and how that story continues to be written. We celebrated 2 birthdays, one for a young man who turned 50, one for a young lady who turned 87, and that their baptismal story is still being written, and I think that's a really cool thing. And so this morning, I've chosen Psalm 121, and we're going to, in particular, talk about verse 4. But Psalm 121 says this: I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. He who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time on and forevermore. Verse 4, He who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. A different translation: God who watches over you will neither slumber nor sleep. T.S. Eliot has this really good quote that I think strikes to the heart of this text and what this means for us. He says that we are distracted from distraction by distraction, meaning we daily lose focus on what we had. We're consumed by, all the small matters in life and not the large ones. We lose our phones, we lose our glasses, we lose our keys, we lose our minds, whatever it is. And we love the idea. I'm consumed by the idea of this scripture that we have a God who neither slumbers nor sleeps. But then neither do we, it seems sometimes. It's God's job to tend eternity, and it's our job to swim in it for the time that we're here. We, I think, try to do God's job. We try to manage and micromanage everything in life, in the world. Look, I'm no different than anybody else. We like to be in control. We like to struggle for control. We like to make sure we can dictate everything that happens and write a prescription for everything that we need in life. But we all know that it just doesn't work that way. That's where, for me, in this conversation, baptism comes back to me in my mind. Some of us were baptized and sprinkled like we do. Some of us, baptized in a river or a pool. All of it, baptism, represents the deep water of life. And this reminder that we belong to God. And our own distractions, I think, and tending to them and tutoring them, reminds us, as I said Sunday, that it takes a whole deep life to live out our baptism, to become, if you will, fully Christian. Knowing that I'm baptized marks me for Jesus. But sometimes we forget, right? It gets watered down. It gets watered down from distractions. We sometimes aren't reminded enough that we belong. We are reminded of what God's jobs are and what our jobs are. Sometimes we forget our baptism because we forget to drink from the deep waters day after day after day of God's life in us. But the good news about this is that even if we forget, even if we forget our baptism or hesitate to remember it, the God who neither slumbers nor sleeps continues to wait to focus us, to dive deep into the waters with us. And as we arise from the waters, God meets us there and floats with us if need be. I talked Sunday, and I didn't explore this enough because of time Sunday. But when I talked Sunday about the baptism of that stillborn baby in my hand, and I still in this right hand, her little baptism, her little body, the water that flowed through my fingers, it's etched in there. And I'll never forget it. And it's a part of who I am. And I'm reminded that it's the God of that little girl that neither slumbers nor sleeps. And then there's the baptism of Gavin that I talked about on Sunday that many of you witnessed. He jumped on my back, much to the discontent of his mom and all of you who were there that day, the collective gasp that left the sanctuary. But I'm forever, imprinted with Gavin on my back, this reminder of baptism, that it's with us. And so rather than us try to control everything, let's remember that the God who meets us, the God who forms us, as the scripture says, the God who won't let our foot be moved, neither slumbers nor sleeps, but watches over us. The call is to trust God in our lives and to trust that God's going to continue to move in us, and that we should remember God's presence through us and with us in our baptism. That's our word for today. I hope it's one that strikes a chord with you as it continues to do with me. May the God who neither slumbers nor sleeps assure you and rest with you this day. Know of God's love, know of my love, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Have a great day.